Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 247, The Jet Upset, reviewing last night's AEW Dynamite for April 29th, 2026, where MJF has been upset yet again. Kevin the Jet Knight getting the biggest win of his career, and Darby Allin survives the brutality of Brody King, and much more that we're going to discuss here. And to break it all down, as usual, here on a Thursday, we got the good brother, the man of 60,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. You go to him for his honest criticisms of All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan. And you go to him for his amazing Yankee fitteds. He is the one, the only, Jimmy Macaram. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm good. I hope you all are doing well. Let's get this show on the road.
That was pleasant. More pleasant than you usually are. I appreciate you for that. But we are here once again for another edition of AEWramble. We appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. We appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on the video. That helps us out so much. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also show your support if you're watching us on demand by commenting down below. Let us know what you thought about last night's AEW Dynamite or anything going on in the world of All Elite Wrestling. And you can also hit the hype button and hype up this video. That's another way to help us out a lot. And of course, if you're with us live, you could be a part of the show by sounding off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you, hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. Our goal for today's, if we hit our super chat donation, I said a Darby match, and I'm gonna make a correction. It's gonna be a Darby match of Jimmy's choice for GOAT Match Series. So any matchup of Darby's that Jimmy wants us to rewatch for GOAT Match Series, that is what we will have as the goal for today. And yes, we will make that a special available for all subscribers for you to enjoy. Be on the lookout. Probably dropping on Sunday, me and Jimmy, the latest GOAT Match Series, where we went back in time and watched Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. And I don't think it's been quite a while since we both waxed so lyrically about a matchup like that one. So be on the lookout for that. Drop it on the channel this weekend. But we got in the live chat already with us, Eric Isaac, who says, hey, THH fam, another wild Dynamite last night as the Darby Championship Challenge continues, and Swerve's now out for Bandido now. So yes, it seems like Swerve is back in the fold, and he's going after Bandido. He wants the most wanted bounty on Bandido's head in his fictional Western world.
I'm so happy Swerve become a joke. As you know,
that's outrageous. Outrageous, sir.
My favorite thing.
The slander you have for Swerve is unmatched.
Yeah, I'm just like, can you imagine like somebody you actively dislike just destroying themselves, and on purpose, it seems. I'm so very happy. Let's go. I thought most dangerous was going to be the end of it. I thought, oh my God, look at this idiot fucking relegating himself to a catchphrase. Now he's going to relegate himself to a catchphrase into a fictional world in a fictional world. Oh my God. Good Lord. Oh, well.
Because they got to do most dangerous versus most wanted. It'll be great.
That's what you get.
It's gonna be an awesome match. I'm looking forward to the matchup. Ace, what's up? SP3 Jimmy and Chad. We also got Davion. He says they done let the brothers out. AEWramble is on. Let's go, man. Good to see you, Davion. Always appreciate you being in the chat. We got one of the members of the channel, Luis, is with us today, saying, what's up, y'all? Good to see you, Luis. We got another member of the channel, Dion, who says, what's up, THH? TK, please stop letting Jon Moxley run amok.
It's over. It's over. He's fucking little broing Will Ospreay. What the fuck is going on? Holy shit. Whatever.
My favorite part is him tickling Pac. Like, come on, man.
Oh. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, we got Annika who says Ospreay versus Darby is goated. We also got that's probably your pick. We also got Ace who suggests Darby and Samoa Joe was goated. Yeah,
that was a good one.
This goes to our whole agenda that we've been pushing on Darby. He's the greatest TV wrestler of all time. These are both TV matches. All of these matches are TV matches.
Yeah, and there's a Darby and Gunther match I haven't seen. I like to see.
Ooh, yes. I think I watched it when he first came to AEW. I went on my way to watch that one. There was a bunch of him and Ethan Page matches from like Evolve and stuff. And first time I ever seen Darby was live. I was at a Evolve event in Queens, and he was facing, I think, Austin Theory. That was really good.
Okay, so Darby is amazing. No, that's Austin Theory. He's like a fine enough person.
No, Darby is amazing. He had a good matchup with Austin Theory.
What a bad break you caught.
What was the bad break? He like Mr.
McMahon like he was going to be fucking God. Because Vince fell in love with his physique, I would imagine. And yeah, Then Vince went away, and everybody else looked at him like, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't see it, pal. Don't see it. We got King Potato says Pac was about to throw hands with Moxley after he was poking him like that. Pac did not look none too pleased when Will Ospreay came into the door. He was like Jimmy. He was like the personification of Jimmy on screen. Moxley says, we got Big Man Dogs. He says Moxley is going to teach Ospreay the dark art of bad-looking forearm strikes and death jiu-jitsu.
I just mentioned this shitty strikes the other day. Absolutely. Like, I don't understand. Why is Will Ospreay taking lessons from this person? I don't understand. Why is fucking, I can't think of a good example. Fucking Jason Tatum listening to fucking Robert Parish. Get the fuck out of here, sir. Better than you are. By a lot. No disrespect.
Robert Parish is wild. That's the equivalent. That is
Hall of Famer. I don't give a fuck.
That's the official comparison. Jon Moxley is Robert Parish to Will Ospreay's Jason Tatum.
Better than you. Better you since I was 16. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, amazing stuff. But before we get into AEW Dynamite, we must bring up one of the big news stories that dropped in since the last time we did AEWrambles, because we need to get Jimmy's thoughts. The WWE releases have come around again. We talked about it in depth on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. In total, now it's 24 wrestlers were released. The top names, of course, being Kairi Sane, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, the Motor City Machine Guns, the entire Wyatt Six. You had Alba Fire in there, Zoe Stark, Apollo Crews as well. But Jimmy, what was your thoughts on the latest round, the latest Black Friday in WWE?
Always disappointing to see talented people lose their jobs. I don't want to say for no reason, but for not a good reason. Listen, cutting costs as you make money hand over fucking fist is not a good reason to me. It just isn't. Never gonna be. But happy is the wrong word. I will say this: vindicated about the White Six. Listen, when this fucking thing first happened, when they murdered Chad Gable, where we interrupted what Chad Gable already fucking had going on to do this shit, I told you, you all popping how great of a display it was, but it's not gonna go anywhere. These people aren't great. No offense, and you'll get sick of the smoke. It's over. It is what it is. And then we wasted how many months? A year maybe with the tag team division on SmackDown with these people?
Yeah, it was like 6 months of them just killing the SmackDown tag team division.
Just to get rid of the niggas we killed it for? What are we doing?
And then got rid of the machine guns too on top of that, and traded the Street Profits over to Monday Night Raw.
Legitimately killed the division. It's hilarious.
And lost Tommaso Ciampa along the way. So the three teams that were holding it down, making SmackDown tag team division the best tag team division that WWE main roster has had in years, they basically subsequently either traded them over or lost them.
Fucking insane. Kairi obviously is the biggest one of these and the most Aleister Black's up there. I don't know. These two in particular show Triple H's. Yes, I'm blaming Triple H. I'm sorry. I don't care if TKO made him do it. They didn't make him release these people in particular. They don't know their fucking name. They don't know who the fuck Aleister Black is. Can't pick Aleister Black out of a fucking lineup. Are you fucking serious? Just a complete lack of planning. Kairi in particular. Listen, I understand Kairi out of the 3 Asian women prominently featured on WWE Raw. Kairi's the most releasable. I understand it as a concept. But if you knew she could potentially be on the chopping block, why are we having her in this long storyline with no payoff that could have been done 3 months ago, 2 months ago, a month ago at WrestleMania? What are we doing? Just fucking end this fucking thing since you know she could be gone tomorrow. I don't understand. I'm still very confused. And a waste of Aleister Black. He beat somebody recently, somebody big.
He beat Randy Orton and Sami Zayn in the last month.
And then he's just gone. Why? Because they were going to release his wife? It's kind of what it feels like. Whatever. Enough. So bothered. And incompetence from everybody. From what's his name? From Mark Shapiro to Triple H on down the fucking line. Just a bunch of bums. No disrespect.
Mark Shapiro also during the town hall meeting that they had, Mark Shapiro saying that WWE admitted that Triple H and Nick Khan use AI for storylines. Then he tried to fix it and say, oh, they use it to find out what resonates for analytics and to find out who's working, who's drawing this different demographic and stuff. But his direct quote was, they do use it for storylines.
I don't think I care one way or another. Like, it's fucking gross. It's embarrassing. You should be shitting yourself. But they're not at all. And it won't stop. It's just beginning. Oh, well. It's over. It is what it is.
And then also during that town hall meeting, Nick Khan basically said that the criticism towards WWE and WrestleMania is just a vocal minority, and that it's nothing to do with anything that Triple H is doing bad. Triple H is doing a great job. And then he basically used like the worst examples to be like, you see this vocal minority, back in 2015, WWE fans were very upset with Roman Reigns being pushed. And you see where he's at today, and they were upset with The Rock coming in and trying to take Cody Rhodes WrestleMania, and they were upset with Bad Bunny being involved in the Royal Rumble and stuff. So yeah, we can't listen to the vocal minority. That's why my new nickname on Twitter has become the vocal minority.
Fucking this bum, he's not talking to us. He's not even talking to whoever was in that crowd. He's talking to just fucking shareholders and other bums who hear Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a star. This guy's fucking right. Enough. Enough. I'm so bothered. I hate everybody over there. Which now means I officially hate 100% of wrestling executives.
100%. Yeah, we were big fans of Nick Khan like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But man, he is, ever since he started doing interviews, I think that's when it went downhill. He should have just stayed away from that. He should have learned from Vince. Vince never did interviews like that. And whenever he did, he played his character more than he played himself.
Yeah, threatening people, getting in their face is fucking hilarious. Yeah, Nick Khan's kind of ruined his mystique. By talking. Please stop talking. Please and thank you. Mm-hmm. Is this true? I've heard that before.
Zelina Vega?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't. I know, right? Black wife. Did you see her live stream that she did after the release?
I heard you say something about Sap. I didn't hear what.
Yeah. So basically, I think you've seen like over the years when the WWE releases happen, WWE doesn't let us know that these people are being released. It's usually Sean Ross Sapp. Sapp has the sources that let him know, and he basically gradually releases the news on. He doesn't hide it behind the paywall or anything. He just puts it out there because he feels that the releases is something that he shouldn't be making any like money off of it. So he just puts it out on his Twitter and stuff. So Zelina Vega, we went on a live stream after it was the news broke, and she was like, fuck Sean Ross Sapp. It would have been nice if he would have let me know, but or would have waited until I did my live stream to put the news out there. So fuck him. And everybody was just like, what are you talking about? This is like someone, if you're on a TV show and the Hollywood Reporter announces that you're off of the TV show, you think that Salma Hayek is going to get mad at the Hollywood Reporter for letting them know that you're off the TV show, or the Hollywood Reporter has to wait for your live stream for you to let it be known that you're off of the TV show? Like it was just like, she's really like that delusional. Like she thinks that that fuck everybody else. He should have waited for me. He should have not reported me being released until I did my live stream.
And they don't have a previous relationship?
Not that I know of. She's just rude overall to a lot of wrestling media and people within the company as well, from what I've heard. Yeah.
If I say I can see that, is that wrong? Anyway,
no, she does come off with that attitude in general as well. But yeah, the reason why I know that I'll pull back the curtain a little bit with you and the people watching is because I've criticized different, and me, I don't know if I've told you before, but she blocked me on social media because she does vanity searching, and I complained about her getting a title shot. It's literally in someone's replies. It's not like I put out a tweet. It's literally me replying to somebody talking about her, and I said, I don't know if it makes sense for her to get a title shot. She hasn't won on TV in like 2 years, and then I got blocked because of that. So then I basically said that on one of the True Hill Heat flagship podcasts. And for some, this was one of the rare occasions my missus was watching, and she was like, oh no, she was like, usually I would tell you to chill. And, you have a job to do outside of what you do on True Hill Heat. But she was like, no, you should bury her because she's been rude to me and other people that I work with when she was at WWE.
Well, I can't stand those fucking people. People who are mean to the fucking staff. Just asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sad thing is wild. If her staff had a previous relationship, he probably should give her a heads up. It doesn't sound like the way she talked about it doesn't sound like she does. It's just Madison reporter for reporting that she got released, which is kind of hilarious. I'm certainly not gonna wait for your fucking live stream. Are you out of your fucking mind? Move your live stream up. You better fucking do something about it. I'll give you 10 minutes. What else was that? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's unfair. Wrestlers are very sensitive people. She blocked you for complaining about a fucking storyline. Swerve blocked me for calling him a coon once or twice.
I knew. How did I know you were gonna compare those two? This is apples to oranges. Yeah. I didn't call her a name or anything, Jimmy. I complained about her booking.
You reported the truth.
Oh my god, you're ridiculous. And no, Dion. I would love to be like, yeah, you're probably right. We should give her some grace. She's frustrated, taking her anger out on the wrong person. I'd be salty too if I just got released. But this is not the first time that this has happened with her. And remember, the last time she got released from WWE, she talked about having a wrestlers union and talking about that, and then went right back to WWE when they called her back.
Right, I forgot about that. I hated her for a while for that shit.
She's a fucking carny. Like, let's be real, she's a carny. She's a fucking carny. It just is what it is. The issue that I have is because not everybody wants to just call it like it is. She's a fucking carny.
Sounds right to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's wild. Listen. Yeah. I like Aleister Black a lot. And I see why you picked this, but I understand why you divorced it too.
Oh yeah. I think I remember that. Big Man was saying she was angry at SRS for leaking her return to WWE. He's a reporter.
Sir, ma'am. First of all, why is SRS reporting you being released before you even know?
No, it wasn't that. It was literally, he even gave the timeline on a podcast. They found out at 5 p.m. because they have to be told to not come to the building because that was the day of SmackDown. So they're known at 5 p.m. Sean did not release the news until like 7:30. So you had 2 hours. You had 2 hours to go on your notes app, put out a post or whatever, and let it be known. Why does he have to wait for your fucking live stream?
That is wild. That's worse than I thought. I don't understand. I'm very confused. Tony Khan won Book of the Year, and I wrote Tony Khan won. Triple H did not win Book of the Year, and Triple H blocked me. Would you all say, "Oh, Jimmy's wild"? Jimmy's wild.
You called him a coon.
He is a coon. This is by his own admission. This is not my fault. I didn't pull this out of my ass. He said it out loud. Fuck him.
Oh, oh man.
Listen, a union would be a fantastic idea. But a lot of these wrestlers, some of whom I absolutely love and are in my top 5, they like it as an idea. They like it as a thing that somebody else should make happen. But if it affects them, they're like, well, it can wait. Well, just saying. No disrespect.
No, I understand this. Ace saying she wanted to talk about it. That's fine if you wanted to talk about it. You should probably be more upset at the company that fired you more than a reporter reporting on it. Or just don't be mad at anybody. Just talk about your situation. That works too. Just saying, like, that's just logic. Like, I'm just saying, it's either one or the other, in my opinion. To get mad at Sean for reporting about it just seemed very, very. And then she exposed herself for being kind of a carny, like I said, because one of the fans was talking about wrestlers that she wanted to wrestle. And she totally botched. She was trying to seem cool and tried to say someone from Stardom, talking about Saya Kamatani. And she was like, yeah, I really want to wrestle her. What's her name? Kimitani, Sama Kimitani, who's from Marigold. Didn't know the name, didn't know the company she worked for.
She's not a fucking database. Just some loser fucking from SmackDown. No offense, man. Oh Jesus. Look at these two. Fucking Wrestling Nerd 1. Wrestling Nerd 1, Wrestling Nerd 2. Fucking complaining that Zelina doesn't know these names. Enough. What do you want? Close enough. You knew who the fuck she was talking about, apparently. She got close enough. Fuck out of here.
Oh, she did say she hated her U.S. women's title run. Don't worry, we all did.
I was about to say, join the club, motherfucker. Good.
Oh man, it's so great. She's from Queens, New York.
Yo.
I think that's also the thing, because we grew up with a whole bunch of girls.
I was about to say, I know this lady. I knew she's from New York. I ain't know where. I knew she's from New York. This horse shit. Good Lord. Where you the shit? You swear I've been down to the shit. Damn. There's a you on every fucking street corner. Please stop.
I've said this once, I'll say it a million times. She, from every indication from people in the business, from people in media, from people, other wrestlers, the whole vibe, the whole reputation she has is that she has the attitude that Mercedes Moné has without the catalog and the resume.
I get that.
And the skills.
So it's just the looks, huh? Fair enough. Congrats. Listen, it all worked itself. It all did work itself out. At least, again, goddamn. Hope she. No, that's not true. Good luck to you, man.
Yeah, just good luck. Good luck. Hope she bounces on her feet somewhere that can do something. Oh yeah, and then the last thing that we got to address before we get into the show. Did you hear what Carlos Silva had to say about the whole TNA pulling talent from the indie matches that we talked about a few weeks ago? So Carlos Silva was on Busted Open Radio yesterday, and he was asked about the pulling talent from the indie shows. And let me get this quote up. I'll say the quote directly, so I'm not misquoting him or anything like that. I don't want to be accused of misquoting him in any way whatsoever.
Jesus.
All right, here. So
Carlos
here
was the TNA boss.
yeah, Carlos Silva is the TNA boss. So remember when the whole news dropped, he sent a quote to multiple different outlets, and he said that he made this decision due to partner conflicts. But then yesterday on Busted Open, he was asked to address pulling TNA talent from matches with AEW stars, and he says it was super tough. And look, all these business decisions are tough. I don't like being called a little bitch on social any more than anyone else does. But it's okay. You do take the goods with the bads, and you got to make some hard decisions. My job sometimes is to make the hard decisions. And for the fans and for all of you, our locker room, we're going to make decisions that are good for TNA. And we got to protect TNA. As Kevin Plank in Under Armour used to say, you got to protect this house. And it's a real slogan. We've had some other folks come at us, and they've moved into our nights. They've made some decisions. They've tried to block us in arenas and venues. That's real. That stuff's real. And it's out there. And it's okay because everyone's got to make the decisions for their business. But we're also just not going to lie down and not make decisions that are good for our business. And unfortunately, sometimes those decisions are tough. We're very thoughtful about them, and we try to do the best to make good when we have to make those decisions. And in the case of Nick and Leon and a few of the matches that they had to get shut down, we tried to make good and make calls and take care of the business as best as we could. It was my decision. I take full ownership. I've got a great team and we talk about these things together, but sometimes I'm the guy that has to make that decision, and then you move on, you go to work the next day, and you work hard again and get stuff done. Just so note, before you ask about that part, no, there was no follow-up question on what venues have they blocked from you.
First of all, we're not going to sit back and take this as fucking good Lord. Another cokehead just spitting out nonsense. What was it? No offense, sir. Allegedly, okay, so we don't get in trouble. I really would not have talked. This was a lot of talking about nothing. This is grasping at, I don't want to say grasping at straws, but grasping at anything that sounds nice, that sounds pliable, that sounds like it could let you off the hook, not only with your fan base, but with your, I don't want to call them bosses, but bosses, for lack of a better word. All you had to do was say, I'm the guy. If you're going to take the heat, which is what he's trying to do, fair enough. If you want to keep your job, it's probably a good idea. All you had to do was get up there and say, I'm the boss. I'm going to look out for TNA, and I do what we had to do. If you're not going to give specific examples, which you probably shouldn't, that's it. Instead, I got a rambling bit about allegedly blocking from arenas and looking out for guys, and I made sure they were okay, and just say fuck AEW and move on with your life. I don't understand why going on circles. Please speed this shit up. Triple H didn't like it, so I had to reconsider. You know what? I didn't like the niggas anyway, so I was cool with it. Ta-da! You can clean it up for TV if you like, but that's essentially what you're saying. Let's move on. It's not that complicated. I feel bad as wrestlers, though, who you fucking put out there for no reason and then pulled back.
Well, it's funny because I thought Matt Hardy did a great job. He was on Ariel Wani yesterday, and he talked about this whole thing. And he basically, the quote that got passed around was him talking about that he didn't think that those matches should have been agreed upon to begin with because they're in a partnership with WWE. And then he went on to say that Leon and Nick got reimbursed for those canceled matches, which this whole dummy in that 4-paragraph quote that I just talked about never mentioned that part. Never mentions that part. That would have cleared up a lot. That would have made you look good. All this did was reopen the whole conversation that pretty much died down after Mania week.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Yeah, definitely. Should love the fact that they got reimbursed. That's a pretty big deal. I'm shocked when I heard it just now. What? Fucking wrestling companies never give up money. They made it right. That's fucking beautiful. It's a feel-good story that he made into something else. That's hilarious.
made it into something else. Then you had, and I like the guy. I think he's really talented and underrated. And I think he should be a main event star in TNA, honestly, because he's been so good for them the last 2 years. But AJ Francis was basically waving the TNA flag, saying that Carlos didn't owe anybody an apology, but he went out there and he did. And then he basically started trying to call out fans that were upset and saying, oh, none of y'all said anything when AEW forced Powerhouse Hobbs not to lose to me on a fourth rope independent show the day before I was getting a shot at the TNA World Championship against Nick Nemeth. Like, him not beating somebody on the AEW roster is the same as canceling the match whatsoever. You had the fucking match. It's not the same thing. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say I understand it, but I don't. I never understand sticking up for where you work. AJ Francis lose the leg, he'll be fired tomorrow. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna go too hard on him. Is he married?
Who?
AJ Francis.
Probably. I don't know his personal life like that.
I wish he's a rapper though, right?
Yeah.
Does he have any
He used to be an NFL football player. Right.
You know what? I'm leaving it alone. We're just gonna say this is a misstep. It's a misstep. Move on. I know nothing against AJ Francis. I can't hate every black wrestler.
And you already have said on this show you're an AJ Francis guy after he said those comments about Swerve.
Right, which is all I care about. As long as you hate Hitler, I don't need you to hate fucking Goebbels and the whole down the fucking line. I just need you to hate the top guy. Yeah, sure. Who's the guy? Matt Hardy. So somebody else said something. Matt Hardy's older. He's been in the business a lot longer. He's going to get it more than anybody else is, we'll say. What a mess. What a mess that's not needed.
Yeah. And that was my whole thing. I was like, why are you agreeing to do this interview knowing that that's going to be the main question they want to ask? And knowing that that's going to be your answer, Carlos Silva, you just made it worse. You just made it the topic of conversation again when it had died down already.
Crazy. How are the ratings looking? Maybe the ratings are down. Some controversy. I don't know.
Yeah, their ratings were down significantly. They went against the NFL draft last week, and they did their second lowest rating of the AMC era, 175,000.
Yeah, poor bastards. Yeah, you'll be all right. You've done way better than I thought you would, to be fair.
And he's mad that AEW went to Thursday nights for one night. What? And I think they did 200,000 against AEW. So they should be mad at the NFL. 200
and AEW did 400. There's 600,000 people watching fucking subpar wrestling on Thursday night. That's impressive, actually. Wrestling fans do love wrestling. That is fucking true.
That is true. It is true. All right, Jimmy. We've now come to the time where we're going to talk finally about AEW Dynamite. What did you think about the crowd last night in Fairfax, Virginia? The highest attended episode of AEW Dynamite in 2 years since the Grand Slam event back in New York in 2024. This crowd, it was over, I think it was 5,300, over 5,000 in attendance in the building. What did you think about the crowd last night?
Very loud, very vocal. It's appreciated.
Yeah. Virginia is kind of one of their main places where they usually get a pretty good response and a pretty good turnout. So, good stuff.
MJF run is kind of crazy.
Yo, I said it, man. This has been a hot streak. This is probably the most consistent that they've been with the pay-per-view attendance, TV attendance going up. The pay-per-view buy rates are doing really well this year. Dynasty did over 140,000 apparently for that pay-per-view, which was a B-level pay-per-view. And now Double or Nothing, they're on a good streak of shows, so you can probably expect that to do good as well. And they're probably looking at a sellout. They already got 12,000 tickets sold for the 14,000 stadium that they're in for Double or Nothing at the end of May.
Very impressive. Very impressive. All we got to do is not botch this. I'm sorry, your boy might have to wait another year. You can't have fucking Moxley led Ospreay beating MJF. Get the fuck out of here. Beat it. You can wait another year.
We'll wait one more year, pal. One more year.
Sorry. Things have changed.
Either MJF or Kenny Omega. That's all I ask. We one or the other. I'm good with that. But yes, we start off AEW Dynamite with Excalibur welcoming us alongside Tony Schiavone and Taz as they run down tonight's card, including 4 title matches. We're kicking off with the TNT Championship matchup, and I do like the fact they gave us a video package covering everything that's going on with MJF since losing the AEW World Championship. Taz says that MJF is nude without the AEW World Championship as he walked out to the ring. He also mentions how he doesn't like Knight or his partner Taekwondo Jones. I miss Taz on commentary. Taekwondo Jones is hilarious. I will give him credit for that. Good reaction for both MJF and Kevin Knight. The crowd responding very loudly to Kevin Knight, even during the opening introductions. MJF getting a big ovation as well. We got the big match introductions. MJF told Justin Roberts how he doesn't hail from a white trash town like Virginia, and that's a state. MJF rushes Knight at the opening bell, sends him outside to the floor, driving him into the railing with a power bomb. He takes the camera and starts filming Kevin Knight, calling him a bum. Back inside, Knight was able to fire off a leaping lariat, but MJF met him with the kitchen sink. They traded back suplex attempts, with MJF hitting a variation of a cutter out of the back suplex, which looked really nice for a 2 count. Knight used his speed to avoid multiple attacks. He hits a jumping DDT into a double down. Knight is up first and he swarms MJF with strikes in the ropes and then hits a huge drop kick and then a kip up to a huge pop from the fans. He hits the leaping standing splash and gets a 2 count. He positioned MJF for the home run shot, but MJF rolled outside 3 separate times, with Knight hitting him with a slingshot crossbody. He then hits him with a tope or a somersault dive to the outside as well. MJF did it a 4th time when he tries to go for the USO splash once again, but Knight caps off all these dives on every side of the ring with a crazy looking springboard diving lariat up the aisle, catching MJF. That looked amazing. Back inside, Knight wanted a UFO splash, but MJF suckered him into the ropes. He missed the heat seeker. They trade pinning attempts until MJF countered a rolling DDT into a pop-up cutter for a 2 count. Knight fights off a Panama Sunrise, goes up with MJF in the ropes, backflips out, but he tweaks his knee in the process, which become the target of MJF from here on out. Knight is still able to hit a leaping standing Hurricane Rana from the corner. As he went for the UFO splash, he crashed and burned, and MJF was able to take over. Knight kicked it free from a figure 4 and charged for a corner splash, but his leg buckled in position for MJF to hit the Panama Sunrise for 2. MJF smells blood in the water and he pounces on it, sinks in the half crab, and Knight has to kick himself free only to crumble yet again. MJF wanted another Panama Sunrise, but leaped into a thrust kick by Knight with his good leg. Knight went up top, hit the UFO splash, but he was unable to recover in time as he only gets a 2 count on MJF. MJF gets him with a dragon screw in the ropes. Then he continued to snap at the knee, blowing a snot rocket at Knight. Multiple kickouts by Knight pisses off MJF as he grabs the TNT Championship from ringside. This distracts Bryce Remsburg as he rips it away from MJF. So MJF pulls out the Dynamite Diamond ring from his tights. He goes to use it, but Knight is ready for it, and he hits him with MJF's kryptonite at this point, the low blow. Low blow, inside cradle, small package. 1, 2-3, Kevin Knight picks up the biggest win of his career, beating the former two-time AEW World Champion, and MJF is in absolute shock. He cannot believe it. Knight has a big smile on his face after this, picking up this huge victory to retain the AEW TNT Championship. After the matchup, Knight is still favoring the knee, so MJF, pissed off about the loss, chop blocks him from behind. He goes after the leg. He kicks out Bryce Remsburg. He goes to use the Dynamite Diamond Ring and basically measures Knight, but as he is focused on Knight, from the Raptors comes Darby! As he makes the entrance from the top of the Raptors of the building, he gets into the ring, and he hits MJF with the Scorpion Death Drop. MJF scatters away from up the aisle, and he grabs the microphone and he says that the fans suck. While these two low-life cheaters get along with each other, MJF says he doesn't care about Kevin Knight. He was barely even trying in that matchup. He doesn't care about the TNT Championship. The only thing he cares about is his Triple B, and he demands his rematch for the title. Allin, for the second week in a row, tells him no. And if he wants a shot, he'll have to put something on the line. If Allin makes it to buy Brody King tonight, he says he knows exactly who deserves the next shot at the championship next week on Dynamite. And he turns to Kevin Knight and he says that it is Kevin Knight who will get the shot next week if he gets by Brody King. This hits the music of the challenger for the AEW World Championship later on in the show. Brody King comes down to the ring. He power walks down, stares down MJF before going right past him, and he goes face to face with Darby, saying that he has bad news for Darby. He's not going to survive tonight. And he told Knight that he has even worse news for him, that next week he won't be facing Darby. He'll be facing the new AEW World Champion, Brody King. And it seems official that no matter what, it will be Kevin the Jet Knight getting the next opportunity at the AEW World Championship next week on Dynamite. I enjoyed all of this. I thought the matchup with Kevin Knight and MJF was splendid. Great matchup. They have great chemistry together. I thought Kevin Knight sold the knee very well, and MJF was the consummate heel throughout. And I love the fact that they are really establishing the weaknesses of MJF. It's one, he's very insecure. Two, he's very impulsive. Three, he's very overconfident. He's very overconfident where he underestimates his opponent, and then it leads to him getting flustered and showing that impulse and trying to be so into his whole proclamation of easy dub that he tries to use the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And then his big weakness as of late is the low blow, and the fact that the baby faces are now onto his game and gonna use the low blow against him. So
gonna use the low blow. How do they figure that out?
Use the
millions of years of human fucking evolution. What's the matter with you?
No, it's MJF. MJF's always gonna go to the lowest common denominator, or always cheat to win. So it's okay to cheat against him. That's what these baby faces have figured out after years of MJF doing this. So this all worked for me. Kevin Knight gets a big win. It protects MJF even in the loss, and it's a great match in the process. And I like the post match as well, with MJF getting flustered yet again by Darby Allin denying his rematch request, and Brody coming out to preview the main event. What did you think?
I thought it was a good match. I thought MJ built around this knee. And before I forget, you know what? Before I forget the fucking match. Forget the match. This is, if I was to show somebody this television show, they wouldn't understand why I'm saying this. But this is the worst performance by an announcing trio, perhaps in the history of professional wrestling. All of them, from start to fucking finish, they were heinous. I don't want to forget that. I don't want to forget it. I'll forget it. We move on. I just awful. In particular, Brody puts Darby through a table, that fucking stanchion at the end of the night, and fucking Excalibur starts talking about Kevin Knight for some fucking reason. Don't even acknowledge what the fuck. You know what? We'll get into it later. Talking about this match. Match was good. Built around MJF. rolling out of the ring several times, and Kevin Knight and his knee. I thought this worked really well for me. As far as the finish goes, I like the finish. I'm here for it. This all mostly works for me. Post match, solid. Darby felt probably like the biggest he's felt in a while, even. Yeah. If I win the title, I liked all this. This is all solid stuff.
Yeah, everybody's working. I think MJF might be my favorite character right now in wrestling. He's such the heel. Like he loses nothing from these losses. He lost in 2 minutes, and he still feels like the biggest star in the room. And then he loses to Kevin Knight here, and he just I wasn't even prepared for that. I wasn't even trying. So he's such an insecure little prick. It's so good.
He's the best character probably in wrestling. He's not my favorite though. My favorite is on the show, and you won't guess who it is. He's just full. I'm shocked at how much I enjoy this character.
Tekla.
Motherfucker, how'd you do that?
Because that's my other favorite character.
Oh,
dumb
fucking
bitches. You dumb bitches.
All right. Yeah, King Potato got it too. All right, well,
everybody seems to have enjoyed this matchup. Big Man Dogs agrees with you, saying it's insane that these announcers have a job.
Fucking preposterous. I don't even understand. Ugh.
Oh, well, yeah, this was a great episode for Andrade fans. You know me, Jimmy knows me, and y'all know me. Y'all know I made the request to Romeo to please upload the clip. Please, we need that clip. How you know?
How you know? Oh my god, the fuck are you talking about? MJF losing his fucking mind is hilarious.
So good. King Greg saying MJF and Darby is Flair and Sting reborn. Like for a new generation, I guess you could say that. Let's go with that. Let's not lose our fucking minds. We got Greater Than RL says nice match, nice booking, nice post match. Yeah, this checked all the boxes. All the boxes. I enjoyed it. Good way to elevate the championship as well. And I know there was a lot of people who thought that MJF would win this matchup, so he has something to put at stake against Darby. But I don't think that works. And I think that it kind of you're trying to elevate the TNT Championship by making that something that Darby wants, but I don't think Darby should want that if he's the AEW World Champion.
Why would he? Why would I want one of 4 belts that all mean the exact same thing? When I had the big belt, that's the only thing that separates the rest of the shit. Please stop it. Beat it.
Yeah. After everything that just happened, we cut to a video package hyping up our main event about the rivalry between Darby Allin and Brody King in AEW and all the wars that they've been through over the years. There's no bigger matchup in their series so far than tonight's main event for the AEW World Championship. And I was thinking about this when this video package was playing, and I brought it up earlier on In the Weeds. What do you think this rivalry for Darby ranks with Brody King? Because I think it's a top 3 for him. The only other ones that I think are like better or on the level is Samoa Joe and MJF.
Those are my 2, obviously in the other order, MJF and Samoa Joe. Yeah, Brody's up there. You could argue Moxley, but Moxley stinks, so I wouldn't argue it.
Moxley is in the top 5, though. I would say he's in the top 5. He's like, no.
Sure, okay. But yeah, damn, people got Joe 1 or MJF. It's MJF.
I mean, they haven't had that many matches though. They've had the 2 main matches, the Full Gear 2021, and then the 4 Pillars matchup in 2023.
Yeah. And the one they just had. What do you mean? Just won the world title, didn't he?
You know, I'm talking about prior to this new iteration. I think by the time this version of their rivalry is over, then it's an easy number one choice because of everything that's gone on and because it's like the main story. This is the first time that they are the main story, because even when the Four Pillars were feuding over the AEW World Championship, that was at the same time as the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite, which I thought was the bigger rivalry at that time.
I would agree. Big Money Mox has built this house. We're at WrestleMania 9, sir. It's time for Hogan to go home. I appreciate what you've done. Appreciate we all wouldn't be here without you. I'm gonna need you to go.
Are you telling me that Ospreay's about to be Bret Hart? He's about to lose to MJF?
He's already been Bret Harted.
Like,
it's over.
Go, Moxley. Go get him.
Could you imagine after WrestleMania 9 fucking Hogan took Bret Hart under his wing? You don't get the fuck out of here? Good Lord. Oh my God. Oh. We're never there yet, and we're discussing.
Ace saying MJF will probably put up the Dynamite Diamond Ring in order for him to get his rematch at Double or Nothing. That I don't understand why people think that would be something that Darby Allin would want. The only thing that really makes sense at this point is what I said last week: is MJF puts up the right to challenge for the AEW World Championship. He becomes so desperate that he will never challenge for the title ever again if he loses to Darby at Double or Nothing.
I can see that. Or maybe they go over the top and put his career on the line. A Dynamite Diamond Ring. No offense. No, thank you. Hard pass. This gaudy fake jewelry. Beat it. Get out of here.
It's like, no, I'm good. I'm good on that. So I saw somebody, because I was suggesting if they want to do another MJF and Kenny Omega matchup, because of the build-up to Dynasty, it would be Omega puts up his career against MJF. And someone was like, no, he needs to put up the EVP status because he's undefeated when he puts up his EVP status. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Are y'all not watching the same show that I'm watching? Who cares about being EVP? No one cares. Not even Kenny.
Swerve does. Swerve's an idiot. In character. Like, outside of character, he's just a coon, but I don't think he's dumb. In character, he's an idiot.
Jesus Christ, we're never going to get Swerve on this channel.
I hope not. Let this channel be free of coons, if you don't mind.
Wise. Then we get Renee Paquette backstage with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage asking about Christian's fractured arm, but he says that it's fine, not to worry about it. Paquette asks if they accept FTR's challenge to their matchup at Double or Nothing being an I Quit match, and Cage says, without even talking to Cope, he says, we accept. Copeland said he's surprised that he accepted, considering his history with I Quit matches. And a pissed off Christian says, I never said that. I told you. I've been telling you. I never said it. Copeland told Paquette he totally said it, but he won't again. And Paquette, God bless her, because she was basically fighting through injury because her voice was shot from the minute that she was on screen.
But like Moxley, she won't take a break because she wants to keep her spot. Keep it in the family. Good Lord. This is fun. This was fun.
Yeah, what do you think about the matchup being an I Quit matchup coming up at Double or Nothing?
They don't make for an interesting match, we'll say. I Quit matches always hit and miss for me. They can be good or they can be too long as we keep asking the same fucking question over and over again. But you know what? FTR professionals. I trust them in this match.
Yeah, I saw somebody say this, that they think this is a top 3 AEW World Tag Team title reign for FTR.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. I would say the ones that come to my mind are the Bucks in the Bucks' first reign in 2021 when they turned heel with Kenny. Then FTR's 2023 run when they had the series with the Bang Bang Gang.
Oh, Collision, I miss you so.
And yeah, this would probably, or either this, or I would probably, if it's this at third or this at 1, 2 in the top 3. I think this is in the top 3. The only other one that comes to mind is Brodito. I thought Brodito overachieved for a short run.
I was thinking about that. They had some really good matches.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it is fucking Bandido, Brody. Take it easy. I'm gonna take FTR. Sorry, I love both those guys, but come on now, it's FTR.
I agree with Greater Than Horror. It was a gas. It was
very good matches.
Classic. The Okada and Takeshita matchup, still one of my favorite tag team matches in AEW history.
A couple of great wrestlers.
My God, why are you shitting on Brody now? Like,
I love Brody. He is what he is. And he's in the wrong company. Too big for this company. And I mean status-wise. I mean literally too big for this company.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, speaking of which, because we've been talking about Brody's kind of rise to single status, being a single star in AEW. But what do you think about his old tag team partner, Aleister Black, and the fact that it seems like people within AEW don't want him back in the company now?
Why? Because he doesn't want to fucking be there?
Exactly.
Listen, I mean, to be fair, this company was always probably beyond the need of an Aleister Black, and we're even further in that direction now. There's no need to bring in people who are not with the program, unless they are a gigantic star, which Malachi is not. Unless it's like a Cody who doesn't want to be here, or a Punk who doesn't want to be here, we can fuck it. No, you're good over there, sir. Stay over there, please, and thank you.
Yeah. It was your favorite person too, who was the first person who said we don't want him here. Freaking Sean Dean.
Oh, good Lord. Who the fuck is he to say who he wants there and who he doesn't want here? Oh, good Lord. Something in the AEW water.
I knew you would get a kick out of that. He was someone saying like, I think it was someone being like, oh yeah, you need they should definitely hire them back and bring in Zelina and have a new version of the House of Black. And he was like, no. But then someone more important, MJF, went on social media, went on his Instagram story and put out the tweet that Max Caster once put out and saying, we don't want him here.
You know what? MJF. Yes, MJF gets to say. MJF, not only does he fucking gets to have an opinion, which I'm okay with, he gets to have a full say. Fucking Sean Dean is giving his opinions.
He does have he has a backstage role as far as like,
yes, I know. Yeah. Tap dancing is the role. That's the role. I remember.
Oh my God.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. He's a family here. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so bothered. So fucking bothered.
What do you think? What would you put it at? A 0 to 100. Aleister Black potentially coming back to AEW.
Should be 0.
I agree. I'm totally there with you that I think it should be 0, but there are fans out there that think, oh, they brought back Andrade, not realizing that the Andrade situation is really different because Andrade did try to leave too, but they were able to recover that somebody. And he almost insulted. Yeah, he assaulted Sammy to try to get fired, but they were able to resolve that, and he went out on a good foot. Aleister, meanwhile, he tried to also leave. Remember, he had the whole, he requested his release, and then it didn't happen. Then he stayed on, but then he looked miserable the whole time. There was the rumors that he never wanted to lose to anybody, didn't want to work singles matches and stuff like that. And then, yeah, it was way more drama for Aleister than it was for Andrade.
We talked about his wife thinking she's better than she is. Ironically, Aleister is as good as he thinks he is, but it's just not panning out. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I also heard that people kind of have that kind of like same kind of feelings about him and his reputation backstage. Apparently,
he's amazing though. So fuck him. No offense. How it works. But no, I wouldn't bring him back. Yeah, he's not important enough. He's not big enough star for me to risk everything.
Yeah.
Damn,
yeah.
Where these comments come from?
It feels like I don't want to say it because I do think he's talented. I do think that he can have a role somewhere, and B, like if he goes to like a MLW or a TNA, he could immediately become like the biggest star for one of those companies. But he's the type of guy that also those companies feel below him, and I don't think he's ever going to be that guy for a WWE or AEW.
I think you're right on it. I think you're right. Below him is a good way to put it. Yeah, he definitely has a high opinion of himself.
We got King Potato.
TNA doing?
Huh?
TNA?
I would say he immediately would come to TNA, and I would say, yeah, you should probably make him a top guy. But it just seems like that's kind of also he also believes that that's below him.
I mean, it probably is. Give it a shot, sir. Give it a shot.
Oh, we got Louis says Andrade is also good at having matches. Are we trying to say that Aleister Black? Oh, don't start that, Louis. I can't remember one great Black match. He had a great match with Velveteen Dream. I'm sorry. That is like a badge of honor. There's not a lot of people who can say I had a great matchup with Velveteen Dream. He had the matchup that put Velveteen Dream on the map and had everybody believe in Velveteen Dream was going to be the next homegrown star from WWE.
Would he have been if he didn't do whatever the fuck he did? I don't know what he did. I know it's awful, really. Would he have been?
Maybe. He had the character. The character worked at that time. But we found out that he was too close to his character in real life.
That's a shame. Damn.
That's outrageous.
Jesus.
It's always funny when Mid has a big ego.
They turn on you quick, bro.
This dude beat Randy Orton like a month ago. He beat Randy Orton a month ago. They were talking about him being involved in the WWE Championship program at WrestleMania.
What to say? Did Mark Shapiro get this nigga fired by accident? By fucking putting in fucking Pat McAfee?
Ari Emanuel is the reason I got fired. He's gonna do a live stream. He's gonna be on with his wife and be like, Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel, they're the real villains. It was funny. I saw what's the content creator? I want to give him credit. Small Fro did the fucking did a whole fucking video, like a parody video, where he was like Aleister Black getting released. He was like, oh man, y'all released me? Yo, a lot of people gonna be upset about this. And then he goes on social media, we want Kairi, we want Kairi, we want Kairi. Like no one's talking about him. He's like, and then he goes to see his wife, and it's a girl sitting in the room with a light, being like, Sean Rossap, I will get you. And then he goes outside the room and he sees Carlito, and he's like, yeah, man, don't worry. We're going to get our time. They're going to X-Rest back. And Aleister said, how long you been waiting? He was like, maybe a year. They got distracted by We Want Truth chants.
I'm surprised Truth didn't get released. I think you can get away with it at this point.
He's tag team champion.
How long we gotta keep pretending? Fucking Archer. Whatever.
Yeah, I agree. He was awesome in NXT, but I tend to feel like he kind of peaked there too. The main roster run didn't go well. The AEW run started well with him destroying Cody, but then
then Cody started booking. Yes. Cody started putting his fucking flourishes on it. Then he went 20 minutes with his brother. What are we doing? What is going on? Why is any of this an idea? That's hilarious if true.
Boogly boogly. They don't like it. I remember when Chase says, I remember when Velveteen Dream, when he got caught, was all, that wasn't me. That was Velveteen Dream talking.
What did he do? If you guys can remind me.
He was talking to, I think he was talking to an underage teen. I mean, an underage teen boy or something like that online.
I was talking to somebody underage. And Hangman can't get him a job?
I knew you were gonna say
Words
that.
and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Look out for your people, man.
You don't even know Velveteen Dream. You don't know every pedo. You just know one. God damn. He just friends with one. You trying to get him all the pedos. Oh shit. That was too funny. I will give you that. That was hilarious. It's like, hey man, can get him a job. Why are you not looking out?
Come on, look out.
He can't look out. He can't look out for a nigga. Like, what's good? Oh my god. All right, we gotta move on. All right, let's talk about it. In the end, up next, tag team action. The Brawling Birds are back together. Jamie Hayter is now cleared following her loss to Tekla at AEW Dynasty. Hayter wasted no time popping Blade and Jay with forearms. The Birds then made quick tags and then faster chops. You had Windsor, who mows down Jay ringside as Hayter dished out some ground and pound on Blade. Then they hit the double headbutt with Windsor, and then they sandwich with the double lariats before setting up for the two birds, one stone, as they get the 1-2-3 to pick up another victory as they remain undefeated in tag team action. Quick squash win, nothing to write home about there. Very quickly, they did show some photos of Swerve Strickland at the NFL draft. No mention of Britt Baker being there, but they did show Swerve, who announced one of the picks for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then we go backstage to Tekla in Sky Blue, who say, Tekla says she wishes she could stop calling people dumb bitches, but there's too many in AEW for her to stop. Blue said she feels sorry that Persephone got misted last week by Julia Hart, but it's the best thing that ever happened to her. Maybe it'll open her eyes. Tekla badmouths the Brawling Birds and says one by one, she is everything. And one-on-one, no one can take her. While they are nothing, so they should stick to being a tag team. Seems like there are issues between the Triangle of Madness and the Brawling Birds are going to continue here. What did you think about the Brawling Birds with the squash win and then Tekla and Sky Blue with the promo?
Squash win is what it is. Spinning our wheels until you get a tag team title shot, I fucking suppose. Probably at all in since they're British, so we have a long fucking way to go. Good fucking Lord. Tekla, however, was amazing. She's so offbeat. She's so off kilter. The inflections in her voice, the ridiculous accent, the silly things she says. I love everything about it. She's fantastic. Please and thank you. Keep up the good work. Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. We do have a super chat donation from our good brother Louisville. Thank you so much, Louisville, for the support. You are the first super chat, so we will give you the mic. So
speak,
you can.
bitch. Come on now. Oh my gosh, Siobhan, what the hell is wrong with you?
Finally escaped the Shawn Michaels vortex.
Hey, this Friday, you ready? Ready for Blake Monroe?
Let's go. I'm gonna be watching.
I don't think. No, I think it's still coming soon. It's Ricky for sure on Friday. I don't think they announced when she's actually making her debut yet.
Ricky too. Damn, wish it was on Raw. I'm gonna have a chance to watch it. SmackDown, I can't. It's against my religion.
You didn't see Toxic Attraction on?
I saw clips.
Friday? Oh, it was great.
What's her name?
Jacy Jayne.
Jacy. Yeah, she's fucking great. She's got tremendous confidence as a talker. And knows exactly what she's doing when she does it. That's great. Shocked. It's like, where's she been my whole life?
She's been killing it the last year on NXT. It was good. They gave him probably the best debut out of all the call-ups. Even though I thought that Joe Hendry was finally Joe Hendry again on the main roster on Monday.
Didn't see it. CM Punk wasn't there, so
he heard Punk wasn't on the show. He's like, I'm not gonna watch.
I don't know what happened on Raw. Sorry. It was a decent show though. That's good.
Yeah, it was good. The last 2 weeks we've been positive about Monday Night Raw. It seems like it was only the road to WrestleMania that was shite.
Gotta turn the ship around ever so slowly. Sure. And then Roman can take all the credit. As per always.
I loved him saying on Monday, he was like, this title didn't mean anything. They made this title to spite me. But now it actually means something now. He was like, I put it in the main event. I put it in the night 2 of WrestleMania main event. They say that the title doesn't make the man makes the title. So acknowledge this title.
Holy shit. Good for you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that he pretends it's his character saying all these things. He really just wants to bury everybody else on the roster.
Exactly. He buried Seth, buried Gunther, buried Punk. He buried everyone who's ever held this title. He also buried, to start the show, he buried Cody, but in a very snide way. He did a promo with the Usos in like a cold open, like the one he did before Mania, where he basically got their advice on how to deal with Jacob, and then they do the whole thing where they put their hands together, and Jay says, family first, and he gives the pound to Jimmy, and then Roman puts his hands over it, and he says, the first family. Definitely has more than one royal family, but we're the first family.
Can't believe this shit. He's really gonna take everything he can from this place before he goes. I'm here for it. Good for you.
Oh, so good. Thank you, Louis, for the super chat donation. He says, Hater is so back, so much back. I see what you did there. We got JC who says, is Jacy Jayne the greatest third wheel ever? Insane how she broke out like that. Yeah, I mean, she was the third wheel of Toxic Attraction, but once they gave her her own stable, she's been off like gangbusters. I was one of the people that denied her when she beat Stephanie Vicaire. I was like, why are they having Jacy Jayne beat Stephanie Vicaire? I know Stephanie getting called up, but what are we doing here? But she blew away all expectations with those runs as NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, I have heard good things about it, and they see something in her because they didn't even have Rhea beat her, which is jarring to me. Good for you. I hope it pans out. You've got the space to definitely make it work on SmackDown. There's not much going on here. So good luck to you.
No. I can see them having all the titles by like SummerSlam.
Wow.
Jacy wins the Queen of the Ring. Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed win the tag team titles.
Damn. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say this before we move on. Since we're in WWE territory right now. I saw people saying Charlotte versus somebody, Jade, Rhea, I forget. should headline something or another. We need to, no offense, Romeo, we need to move on from Charlotte. This thing is fucking over. She's not the same wrestler she was. This Alexa Bliss thing has been a blessing in disguise. For then you could keep thinking that if she were to go singles, she could, she can't. It's over. Been over for a while. Sorry.
You had a couple of people bringing up the Roman, saying, I believe Roman wasn't lying. and Dion saying they made the title because Roman wasn't showing up to Raw as undisputed champion. No, they made the title. They made the title as like a consolation title. They literally said that Roman's beating everybody, so we need a title for Monday Night Raw.
Absurd statement to make. He's made it sound a little nicer than that, but it's absurd.
And Mr. Town saying, quick question for SP3. Has Julia WWE run been a hit or a miss so far? Come on, man. We all know that.
What kind of a setup question is that?
Like, this is a setup. This is a setup. I'm like, come on, man. It's obviously been a miss. She came in at the wrong time, being right next to Stephanie Vicaire, who had infinite amounts of aura, which they have gradually taken away from her on the main roster, but that's besides the point. But yeah, they never believed in Julia. After that, after Stephanie kind of outshined her on NXT, they lost faith in her.
Yes, because all she's got is fucking aura and violence. And you can't be violent like you want to be against some of these people. And if you're not as fucking swagged out, we'll say, as Stephanie, then what good are you? No offense. No offense. She's a go away, come back, and fuck somebody up. Theo, Jordan Reyes, somebody who could take a beating and is willing to take a beating, which might be an issue. Now that motherfucker's willing to get their ass beat. It's supposed to be wrestling. Not actually get your ass beat. I had to sign up for that.
Nah, big man dogs. You thinking like fast tracking? He said I'd like JC to win the belt and then Rhea wins Queen of the Ring to get it back or something. Nah, that's too short of a run for JC really. And WWE doesn't work that way. They'll probably do a 6-woman tag at the night at either Backlash or Saturday Night's Main Event or Clash in Italy. They got 3 major shows in like 4 weeks. Separated throughout the month of May, so they're gonna do one of those matches on there, and then they'll do JC doesn't get a title shot after that, even though Toxic Attraction probably win, and then they'll let JC win the Queen of the Ring to set up the title match later on. Triple H loves long-term storytelling, or as most of us have viewed it, dragged out storytelling.
Yes, let's just take this thing as long as we can, so I don't have to do any fucking work. What did I say? Listen, we're gonna have all these fucking events together. I think that's a good idea because then it's like one pay-per-view. It's like 12 matches instead of the 4 matches that we usually fucking get.
He's like, it's one AEW pay-per-view across 3 shows.
Spread out so you don't get bored. Good for you.
Oh man, there we go. There we have it. But see, Mr. Towns apologizes.
Apology accepted.
There we go. All right. Then we had Kazuchika Okada defending the AEW International Championship against the Bang Bang Gangs. Ace Austin. You had Don Callis on commentary as Excalibur told us that Austin and Okada have history competing in New Japan Pro Wrestling when this is only the first match that they've ever had. So I don't know what. Okada got the upper hand early, but he got a rolling drop toe hold and led into a cradle by Austin for a near fall. Austin went to work with the knees and then did a deep squat into a Death Valley driver, bringing down Okada here. You then had leaping. He hits a comeback spring kick, and then he followed up where Okada tried to sweep his legs on the apron, but Austin did a headstand, which basically made Okada smile as he's like, "Oh, that's good, that's good." Then he tried to walk away. He tried to give applaud for the effort, but then he hits like a slingshot, and then he spikes him with a DDT on the floor. Does Okada? Okada takes over control. He proceeds to pick Austin apart, even high-fiving a child at ringside in the process. He plants him with an air raid crash on the knee before connecting with the top rope elbow drop. He flips off the crowd for the Rainmaker pose, as Callis says that was directed at Tony Schiavone. Austin then fights off a Rainmaker, sends Okada outside where he hits a pump kick on the apron, followed by a Flossberry Flop, showing off his athleticism. Back inside, we get a combo of strikes, which led into a leaping leg drop and a springboard twisting leg drop. Okada attempted, but it missed his leaping drop kick, giving Austin the opportunity to get a roll up for 2. Austin tried another leaping dropkick, but Okada got him so clean with this dropkick in midair. But then Austin ducks a Rainmaker. He gets a close near fall on the backslide. Okada quickly got up and hits him with another dropkick, planting Austin yet again. It was perfect. Then he picks him up, drops him on his head with the tombstone, picks him up yet again, and then hits him with the Rainmaker for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. I thought this was a good matchup. I thought Austin looked good, better coming out of this matchup than he did look coming in, because I was very confused on why he was even getting this matchup, because he hasn't picked up a lot of wins to earn the opportunity. But I thought that this was a nice effort that made him look good in the process of losing. Post-match, you get Okada celebrates. Callis goes to attack Austin until Juice Robinson stops him. Mark Davis comes celebrate with Okada until Konosuke Takeshita slowly walks out on the stage, and he signals for the International Championship to preview their big matchup coming up at Double or Nothing.
Ugh.
What?
Ass. What do you mean what?
You didn't like this match?
I didn't like the match. I didn't like the post-match. I hated every single bit of this. Good Lord. Ace Austin is my least favorite wrestling style. I'm not sure what you call that, but what would you call it? What's that style? Indie-rific? I hated every fucking thing about the way he fucking wrestled this fucking match. And he was the better of the two competitors, because Okada could give a fuck about some Ace Austin. He can give a fuck about some Ace Steel. He can give a fuck about some Steve Austin. Okada doesn't give a fuck about nothing on free TV. This is not... I am just not interested in whatever is going on here. And then the post-match. That's the big post-match? With this, what we thought was going to be an all-time feud is Takeshita coming out and signaling for the belt? Oh, good Lord. I see what this is. This is a conspiracy against Takeshita. He finally gets to win this belt, and it means fucking nothing. It's the fucking most important men's belt in the company. Good Lord. Man, enough. This is not right. Oh, good Lord.
You sound very upset by this.
All I've asked is for Takeshi to get a push. And they've given to me every single other way than the way I like it, if you don't mind. Which is just let the man wrestle his matches and be cool. Instead, he's a geek. He's a bum. He's trying to shake hands with people who keep flipping him off. What is going on? Good, losing to Jon Moxley. Huh? What are we doing?
Like this would be booking malpractice if he loses this matchup at Double or Nothing.
We're well beyond that. You're gonna lose your fucking license. Like,
Hey, I like this matchup, but I can understand if you weren't into it. Ace Austin is not your cup of tea.
Fucking leg drop, springboard leg drop. Springboard.
But we do need some creativity put into the build to Okada and Takeshita. You can't just be, this is going to be a great matchup, which it really feels like that's what they're relying on. Is that the match going to be great, so we don't need to do anything.
Yeah, it's a shame. You think this be a feud? I don't know what we're waiting on. Oh well, at least you have MJF.
Oh, we got Louisville who says this was like putting LeBron in an NBA TV playoff game.
Lakers won last night?
Now we lost. I'm just praying we don't blow this fucking I don't see us winning game 6 either. So that's why I'm like, oh fuck. We done fucked ourselves into a fucking Boston from 2023 situation. Or no, the Miami Heat. Miami Heat were up 3-0 against the Boston Celtics, and then it went to game 7.
You know, Luka's gonna be back for the series if it goes 7.
Nope. He's not going to be back for this series, and he's not going to be back for the start of the if we advance.
Uh-oh.
I was like, I don't want to be on the wrong side of history. What the fuck?
I will see.
So dreading that. Then we get a video from the Wild Wild West. We see the usual Bandido Most Wanted sign around the town. People are scattering. People are scared. They're being attacked and left laying left and right. Someone walks out of the bar and he stops, picking up a dusted, covered Bandido sign. And it's none other than Swerve Strickland, who's with Prince Nana. Nana hands him a flamethrower, and Strickland sets the Bandido sign on fire before the screen fades to black. That is how we Swerve Strickland returned to AEW for the first time in a month, and it's in a Wild Wild West vignette. I was like, well, that was a choice, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the vignette. I think the vignette was very well done, and it didn't have any AI in it, so I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Nothing says world's most dangerous man than shooting fucking YouTube videos on a fake set. Good Lord. What the fuck is going on? You know what? Good for him. Good for him. I'm happy this is happening to him. I don't know if he's doing it himself and he has terrible taste. I wouldn't be shocked. I've heard his music against my will, but I still heard it. Or
why are you this way?
This is the company punishing him. But either way, I am pleased that this is happening to him. Good for you, sir. He was AEW champion at one point, and I was in hell. And now look at him doing skits. That's what you get. Never be a company man, folks. Never forget it. It doesn't work out. I do whatever Tony Khan tells me to do. I ask him what you need, boss, and he says this, and I go out and do it. That's how I got this spot. No, that's how you got this spot. Stupid. Yes, he's corny, but you know I'm not gonna hold that against him. He's from Washington. It's not his fault. Being a coon, however, that is his fault.
Swerve never being those allegations. Nope whatsoever.
Oh, this was a content he was shooting for WB. Absolutely. I was busy.
Imagine that's the content that he was shooting.
And he felt the need to keep it a secret. I'm shooting content for WB.
Content for WBD. It's gonna be on WBD content.
A vignette? Good Lord. All right, we'll be nice to Swerve.
Hey, I want to see Bandido and Swerve. It's a nice matchup to add to Double or Nothing, but we do need an explanation of why. Why?
You don't want an explanation of why. You do not want an explanation of why. You do not want to hear the horse shit he's about to fucking say. Good Lord.
You know, he's the most dangerous. So if I'm the most dangerous, I should also be the most wanted. Can't be kidding.
Then do a stupid laugh.
we need the next video is Bandido showing up to town and everybody's laying, everybody's bleeding, and then he just sees Swerve and they have a standoff and it's wow 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 wow, and then they come face to face and it says most wanted, most dangerous, and then the Double or Nothing signal comes up, and that's how they set up the matchup. They never do any promos in the ring or anything like that. They just do it straight up from the vignettes.
Sure. Let's do that.
I do remember that as well when Swerve said AEW was going to be on Fox.
Mad Tony Khan was. He can't keep his mouth shut. Only told 4 people.
He's like, you ruined it, man. You can't be my Cody. You can't be I can't be the Triple H to your Cody Rhodes if you telling everybody. We get a recap from Collision of the offer that Jon Moxley made to Will Ospreay to make him the most dangerous version of himself he's ever seen. Then we go to the Death Riders training facility until Will Ospreay shows up, with Moxley asking if Ospreay has gotten cleared, and Ospreay says no, but it's not stopping him from going to Japan as he and his boys have a big title match. Moxley says, loyalty. You're too good to be true. He tells Ospreay he needs to drop everything that clouds his vision, that makes him see things that aren't there. Whatever pulls at his heartstrings, the anger that burns a hole in his stomach, drop it all. It's excess baggage. They don't need it. Ospreay's feelings about Moxley, drop it. They don't need it. Moxley doesn't promise miracles, but when he promises something, he sees it through to the very end. All he asks for is the same in return. Ospreay says okay, and he looks at Pac, who's just staring a hole in his head, asking he basically is asking what's his problem, and Moxley basically tickles Pac in his abs. He's like, oh, this guy over here. Then Ospreay asks, where's the ring? And Moxley says, they don't do a ring. They start from the ground up. He then shoves the camera away. I thought all of this was great just because I get to hear your reaction to it.
Imagine this man selling you on what you need to do, on how he can take you where you need to go, as behind him is fucking Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. What the fuck? What is going on? Why would I ever listen to anything you ever have to say about anything? I don't even kind of understand this. And people say maybe it's a swerve. Maybe he's infiltrating them to find out.
I think it's Ospreay infiltrating him and finding out their secrets so he can beat Moxley in the Owen.
Beat him because you're better. You're Will Ospreay. What is going on? What do you mean? What do you need to know? It's Jon Moxley. He's not a fucking state secret. Been wrestling for 100 fucking years. What do you need to know? Good Lord. This stinks. This stinks. I've never seen somebody lose aura this fucking fast. Will Ospreay came back. He fixed his hair. That's a start. Then he came back, and now look at him. He's a fucking young boy for this bum. Are you fucking serious? What is going on? Listen, you need you've used your superpowers for Mark Davis. You use your superpowers for your fucking wife. You use your superpowers for Kyle Fletcher. You're not going to use it to get out of this fucking situation? Is Jon Moxley that fucking powerful where he can control this? Chase is going to. I'm not falling for the okie doke. Focus on what we're talking about. You're going to really do this fucking nonsense? Listen, man. Whatever. Listen, when Roman takes care of his family, that's secondary. The family is secondary to me. I take care of me first, then I look out for these bums. Fucking Ospreay, you need to take care of yourself first, then you look out for these sucker losers you got around you. What are we even doing? I don't even understand this. I hate every bit of this. You can't make me. I'm a Ospreay. You can't make me do this. You can't.
3D chest. He's playing this game right. Ospreay's playing. He's playing the long game. He's playing the long game here. learning the secrets of Moxley. Moxley's a 4-time AEW World Champion. He needs to discover what made Moxley a 4-time AEW World Champion, so he could become a 1-time AEW World Champion.
I'm here for it. Okay, sure. I'll praise the bum when he used to fucking figure it out.
He's not a bum just because Moxley's a bum.
I'm good on that. Okay, I'm with you.
No, you're not. You're just making it into something that's not.
I can beat Dragon. I can beat Swerve. I can beat. I just can't. I don't know what to do with Jon Moxley. He
hasn't beat Swerve. He hasn't beat Swerve. But you know who has?
Oh,
Jon
good
Moxley.
Lord. Good for you. I'm here for it.
We got a super chat.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Dion says, I hate all of this. Are they trying to make me not like Ospreay? Don't wrap up him in Mox's BS. Make him look like a subservient punk.
Good. I'm with you. I'm team SP3 on this. Absolutely. He needs to sit at the feet of Jon Moxley and learn
not at the feet. He's getting in his head. He's getting in his head.
It's Will Ospreay. What is going on?
He's learning.
It's like he somebody. I bet it's one of those dumb things that he had written in his notebook from years ago, and he decided to pull it out for this shit. Good Lord, what if a fucking loser sat at the feet of Jon Moxley and learned how to be not a loser? Great idea. Who you got in mind for the loser role? Will fucking Ospreay. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Lord.
He needs to, see, Chase gets it. Maybe Will needs to learn how to build a house like Mox has.
Sure.
Absolutely. Will needs to learn how to beat these guys in 3 straight pay-per-views. He says this man beat Greater Than Hall says this man beat Fletcher, Okada, Takeshita, and Will in 3 straight pay-per-views. Now this. Will's learning.
They should have had
play the game.
They should have had fucking Brock over and had Oba sit at his fucking feet to learn how to be a fucking monster. Get the fuck out of my fucking face. Are you fucking serious? Good Lord. Oh my God. Whatever. Fuck him. I'm so sick of everybody here.
Stokely Hathaway and FTR make their way out to the ring. FTR are by his side, getting a close look at their opponents for AEW Double or Nothing 2026. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are here for their first matchup as a team on AEW Dynamite, as they're going up against RPG Vice, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero. Stokely said that they have nothing to worry about at Double or Nothing, saying they've beaten them before and they will again easily. Romero and Cage kick things off with Romero going after the injured forearm, but Cage escaped and flipped off FTR. Romero went back to the forearm before clocking Cage with a drop kick and then doing his sliding celebration to the camera, allowing Christian to drop down and hit him with a reverse DDT. Tag to Copeland, and we get a running big boot leg sweep combination. Romero made a tag to Beretta, who planted Copeland with a double foot stomp for a near fall. Copeland answered with a running boot and a drop Toho into the ropes. Cage followed up with a standing choke before double team strikes led to Beretta being chucked into the barricade. We get Cash Wheeler, who ran distraction long enough for Beretta to slam Christian's bad forearm into the ring post. Stokely gets up to applaud, but then he sees Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong of the Conglomeration are behind him in the front row. Stokely swings at Orange and misses, and then gets smacked with his bucket of popcorn, and the brawl is on between the Conglomeration, FTR, and Stokely as they head through the crowd out of the arena. This leaves Christian in with to get isolated by RPG Vice as they get the extended heat until he finally hits a tornado DDT and makes a hot tag to Copeland. Copeland comes in. He hits an impaler on Beretta. Copeland then would eat multiple double knee strikes from RPG Vice before Beretta went for the strong zero, but Christian made the save, sending Copeland in to get a code red on Beretta. Then we get Cage and Romero slipped outside as Beretta leapfrogged a Copeland spear and tried a pin with his foot on the ropes, but got caught. Beretta argued with referee Rick Knox until Christian and Copeland got him in the ring by themselves and hit a pop-up spear, with Copeland getting the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory for the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Post-match, Christian grabs a steel chair from the outside and rips it apart, allowing Copeland to put on a crossface on Beretta using that part of the chair in his mouth. Christian then ordered Beretta to say it, as he pleaded, "I quit." Christian said he would never say it, "you little bitch." And then Copeland looked at the AEW World Tag Team Championships that were still at the commentary desk, while Christian basically takes the titles and wants to leave with them until referee Rick Knox stops him. And Copeland then gets a bucket of popcorn and puts it on his head and runs around ringside with the other championship title. This felt more like Edge and Christian from 2000 in the post-match than it was the older version of themselves. But it is official. It will be Copeland and Cage versus FTR in an I Quit match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships coming up at Double or Nothing on May 24th. This was too long, but otherwise fine. It just got to the point of just previewing the I Quit matchup, but it was way too long for Beretta and Romero, who have never won a match on AEW television.
Yeah, this should have been the second, technically, but third squash match of the fucking evening. Instead, it's a long match with Trent Beretta and who? Oh, Rocky. Good Lord. Yeah, this was a bore, for lack of a better word. Post-match was interesting, but that's about it. Edge running around with a bucket on his head. Okay. Fucking DX 2013 nonsense. Sure. Old men trying to be young again. Great. Good Lord. Here we go. Please.
Trying to be their year 2000 selves again.
It's over. Please and thank you.
Renee Paquette is backstage earlier in the day, and she's talking to Jericho. Brings up that Rick. What happened?
Speaking of old people trying to be young again.
She brings up Ricochet saying that the Rico salt is an improvement on the lion salt. Jericho says that imitation is a serious form of flattery, but he's pissed off. Before he could say anything else, he's attacked from behind by the Demand. Leona and Khan hold up Jericho as Ricochet says no more subliminal messages, and if this is what Jericho wanted, he's gonna get it. Jericho told Ricochet to eat shit, bald. Ricochet then slammed Jericho into the side of the table. Then he teased doing the Rico salt, but he landed on his feet, saying that Jericho isn't even worth it, even though they just attacked him. So apparently he's worth something. Hey, it was short, so that's all I can ask for.
It was short?
They stopped doing the in-ring segments after we complained.
Somebody got the memo, yes. Yeah, it was short. You're keeping all the bad acts together. Sure. No notes. Arguing over who has the better lion salt. Oh, good Lord. Whatever. Sure. Sign me up.
He's like, have fun with that. How about that?
Feel free. Another jerk if you're going too long, by the way. Who cares?
Yes. After Ricochet gets the win at Dynasty, the shit should have ended. Like, why are we continuing this? Like, I'm really already wondering. I was like, what is the point of this? Like, what are we leading up to? What are we building to here?
Another fucking match.
That's it.
Build some matches. Lord,
we're just building to another match. Slow burn here.
I paid them all this money. I have to use them. Why don't you stop paying them all this fucking money? What are we doing?
That might work. That might work.
You have to stop going back to WWE. Do you though? Do you?
Do you have to? You know you don't have to, right? You know you could have just let him go. Let it go. Let it go.
Seriously, let him have a goofy ass run that nobody's gonna give a fuck about outside of the first couple weeks. Then he goes off into the fucking sunset, giving an entirely 2-minute speech at the Hall of Fame.
If he would have let him go, it would have already been. It already would have peaked by now.
Yeah, I've been done with it. We had a big in-ring segment with Cody or Punk or somebody, only to wrestle fucking Joe Hendry, and then we all move on.
Imagine that. Imagine Joe Hendry versus
Chris Jericho. Oh, good lord. And they have a fucking rock concert together.
Break the walls down.
Heinous.
But here we are. Next, we got some in-ring action. Divine Dominion, Megan Bayne and Lena Cross defending the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships against Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida.
Even this picture, Statlander has the fucking charisma of flypaper.
Oh, you're such a jerk. She talked about Shida earlier today, said that Statlander, her good friend, have teamed with her more than Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, as tonight they'll win the World Tag Team titles. Shida attacked both Cross and Bayne at the bell, but both no-sold it. Cross drove her shoulder repeatedly into the ribs of Shida in the corner before ragdolling her with a Beal. We get a double shoulder tackle by Cross and Bayne, who then Bayne tries to go for a fallaway slam, but both ladies just collapse awkwardly in the ring. Shida then was able to battle back as she tried a jumping knee strike, only to be slammed down by Bayne. Shida then visibly pissed off at outside, regrouped and tried to use her kendo stick, but Statlander put a stop to it. Then we see that she pulled it away just in time for Bayne to miss a corner charge and post herself, which gave the babyfaces the advantage here. We get Shida, who actually tags in Statlander and then boots her right in the stomach, giving a freaking suplex to her into Bayne to get some type of advantage. The crowd bopped big for that, as they thought that Shida was turning on Statlander, but it wasn't to be the case. Statlander got up and was pissed, but then Bayne had already recovered. Statlander low bridged her outside. Statlander then delivered a spinning back elbow and looked for Wednesday Night Fever, but Cross rolled through and got kicking Statlander into the ropes, where Bayne flew in with a leaping boot. Cross then delivered a hot shot, a variation on Statlander, who continued to be isolated. Statlander finally mounted a comeback where she hits a double Hurricane Rana. She fought off Bayne and hits a massive discus lariat. Shida and Cross are tagged in and they trade stiff shots until Shida hit a missile dropkick out of the corner. Bayne got in a sheep shot as Cross threw a thrust kick. Shida ducked as he sent the champions into one another before getting a 2-on-1 sliding knee on both women on the apron. Shida then hit a double missile drop kick off the apron before taking Cross back inside as Cross hits a thrust kiss of her own, causing Shida to stumble to her corner where Statlander tagged in. Bayne and Cross hit stereo, haluva kick, and German suplex combination on for a near fall, but ultimately we get a blind tag from Cross, who hits a blue thunder bomb just as Statlander stacked up the champions and hits this beautiful 450 splash for 2. Statlander went for her finisher, but Shida made another blind tag, hitting a Meteora off the top before doing the deal with the Falcon Arrow and getting a 2 count. She goes for the katana, but Bayne reverses that into a belly-to-belly suplex. Statlander came in with the thrust kick, only to eat a flying boot release German suplex combination by Divine Dominion. They then took over on Shida, and they plant her with the Divine Intervention for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory and retain the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. This started off really rough. It seemed like Shida and both Divine Dominion were not on the same page. Once that Statlander came in, we saw what Statlander, all the attributes for Statlander have gone into her in-ring work, because she's still a great in-ring worker and really turned this match around where it turned out to be at the very least solid instead of completely horrible like how it started off. So I got to give credit to Statlander for that. What did you think?
Yeah, first half of this was not very good. Not very good at all. Maybe it was a lack of chemistry. Maybe it was just a bad night. Maybe Lena Cross is not very good. I don't know just yet. We'll let you know as things further play out. But I thought the back half of this was actually really good. It reminded me of why I like tag team wrestling. When it's kind of booked and plotted well enough, it's a different experience than watching a singles match. Statlander is on another planet when it comes to wrestling. She is Chris Benoit reincarnated. So I feel bad for kids, but as far as the in-ring work goes,
oh wow, my God,
is splendid. Top tier shit. Can't speak, but top tier shit. Fucking fantastic. I put her up there, like maybe a notch behind EO and Mercedes. She is jarringly good. I don't know how I feel about Sheeta and Statlander as a pairing, but it worked in this match for me. I bought it. I bought all of it. It was really good.
Yeah, it worked. It worked here. The crowd very much seems to be into at least a eventual turn of Sheeta on Statlander, because that got the biggest reaction of anything in this matchup when she hits the suplex on her into Bane.
Yeah, I was very confused. I'm more than just confused. I think it's a bad idea. I don't know how you get to a suplex without the kick, but you can't kick your partner. You just can't.
It was like, why are you doing this? Why not just give it a suplex? Yeah. Statlander's so good. She's really good. This was a nice reminder of how good she is.
She was all over the place.
Yeah,
fucking great.
That 450, I was like, God damn, how are you this good?
And rolled through. God damn. That was beautiful. Just stick to the ring.
Yeah. It looked deadly because it looked like she just got knees onto the back of Lena too.
Gorgeous.
All right. So if you're talking about maximizing your minutes, this is the most entertaining segment other than Tekla. Renee Paquette is backstage with Don Callis and Andrade El Idolo, but are interrupted by MJF, who says, thanks to Andrade, AEW is ruined. Andrade just says, how do you know? And then starts laughing as MJF is getting more annoyed. He's like, you lost to Darby at Dynasty, which is the only reason he got a title shot. Well, how do you know? He was like, I saw it. He told me and I watched it. I watch you lose to Darby. Well, how do you know? MJF eventually gets so pissed off, he shoves Andrade. Callis has to get in between them and calms them down and says that Andrade is his money man. And you're worried about getting the AEW World Championship, right? He was like, you don't need to fight him. And MJF, you are the money man. And he says that they're all better off when MJF is on top. So let's just focus on business. And Callis told Paquette, wild horses, they're going to run. I love how he basically talks out of both sides of his mouth. Don Callis is the perfect carnation of a carny in pro wrestling. His whole character is carny. Carny are talking out of both sides of his mouth. He says, Andrade wants the AEW World Championship. You don't need to fight him. But he's also trying to go after the AEW World Championship, and Callis is just saying it right in front of his guy that we're all better off when he has the title. Like, Callis is such a fucking carny, but Andrade, MJF, and Callis all played their roles well here. What did you think? I think you're muted.
This popped me. Andrade saying, how you know? And and then not stopping over and over and over again. I did not think that would work. It does. And I don't know if it should be an every week bit, but I wouldn't be mad at it. Perfect wrestler. It's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got to be building to an Andrade and MJF match at some point. I just know when that point is, but I'm here for whenever it happens. I'm so sold on this. It's my most anticipated match right now.
It really has become low key. Like this started off as a heel versus heel matchup, but Andrade is just too cool, and now he's funny again. Remember how funny he was during his first run in AEW with shit like this?
Why you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Darby's underrated. The face he's making. It's like he can't believe how full of shit this guy is. Hilarious.
Take it easy. Andrade's so good. He's so good. He is obviously, he needs to become a babyface eventually, even though they have to spread it out and time it well, because obviously it looks like Takeshita will eventually be leaving the Callis family and being a babyface, so they have to time it out where it's not like all at once, or maybe they do want to time it out where it's all at once with both guys, two of the best guys in the Callis family leave at the same time.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. Whenever I fucking say, "Oh, that could lead to some interesting interpersonal dynamics within this, and this," nothing ever happens. So I'm not gonna move on with fucking life. What would that mean for Don Callis? What would that mean for Okada? Who cares? Nothing. That's what it means. Nothing. You'll just move on and nothing happened.
Take it easy. Take it easy. How you wait? I have a question for you though. How you know? How you know? How you know? How you know?
Crazy.
Then we get Roosh, who comes out as he's got a squash matchup here facing Steven Fuerte. You get Steven, who
is this a plant? This brother with his fucking sign. Is this a plant?
I don't know.
How does he always have a perfect fucking sign that happens to be on the hard camera fucking side that's perfect for whatever fucking happens on the fucking show? Enough of this nonsense.
He did have multiple different signs the whole night. It was funny.
Yeah.
Like Roosh basically destroys this guy from the immediate go. He hits him with the right hand quickly to the floor where he throws him against the barricade. He then brings him back into the ring, beats the hell out of him in the corner, and then eventually he hits him with the bull's horns for the 1-2-3 to end this slaughter here. And what I said last time, I think when he faced Darby about a month ago or a month and a half ago, every time Roosh has come out, it doesn't matter how long he's been off television. The crowd is into him. Like they start chanting the Roosh, Roosh, Roosh. And then he gets on the mic. He says absolutely nothing except for setting up for his fucking catchphrase. And the whole crowd says the catchphrase with him. When you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Lord.
Is this all setting up for Roosh to be the next Darby victim in a couple of weeks?
Oh, probably. He's not winning these matches for no fucking reason. Sure. I'm okay with it. Roosh, you know what you're getting in a Roosh match. You're getting Roosh stuff. And it doesn't really matter the circumstances or the consequences or anything about that. He's not that kind of a wrestler where you're going to get supreme psychology or you're going to get what Roosh does, and you better be pleased with that. And it's mostly fine, so I'm not against seeing
it. He said Roosh stuff. When you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
I remember, what was the Continental Classic, 2 years ago?
When he was in it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was 2 years. I think it was 3 years ago. 2023.
3 years ago. His first match, he wrestled his style. And then it came to a point where he needed a win. He wrestled the exact same way. No psychological change, the same taunts, the same laissez-faire attitude. Just like, do you even care about the situation? You want to do anything?
No, he has a style. He has a style. It's beat the shit out of the person. Oh my god. It's like this guy got no sense of decorum and changing up the things. Nope. Renee Paquette is backstage with the ops in full force as she asks Samoa Joe, now that they're together, what is the game plan moving forward? Joe says to reassert their dominance moving forward. He says it's by Katsuyori Shibata, who can kick your head off as easily as anybody he's ever seen. It's about Anthony Bowens, the newest member of the Ops, who has always been overlooked despite being a multi-time world champion in AEW. You'll see what he's capable of now under his leadership. While Hook, he says Hook is a killer and he's going to be the new king of television when he becomes the TNT champion this weekend on Collision. But he wants to address Will Ospreay. He says, I don't know what's going on with Ospreay. It looks like he's got Stockholm syndrome and is bonding with his captors, but they had his back when he needed it the most against the Death Riders. But now he has to make a choice. So it seems like we're putting Will in the middle of these two groups where I know one you hate, but I think it is the better option out of the two with Hook standing there and Anthony Bowens at this point.
Did you see that? Did you see that fucking group? Like, what do we do with this group? Anthrax, fucking asbestos. Yeah, what the fuck is this group? Oh my god, it's fucking heinous. Will Ospreay in the middle. First of all, is he in the middle? He doesn't want. Ew! What kind of mismatch shit is this? This is heinous. Joe's fit isn't helping either, by the way. Yes. First of all, he's got to make a choice. He made the choice. He's not with y'all. He don't talk to y'all. He don't acknowledge y'all. We mean what a choice has been made, motherfucker. I'm shocked by this. I'm baffled by this logic. Why is Will Ospreay in this mess? Who did he piss off? Is it a deal with the devil? Like, all right, I'll give your wife a job, and I'll put your boys on TV, and I'll give Mark Davis a belt. But you gotta do what I asked you to do, and you can't ask questions. Good Lord.
We're just playing the long game. We're gonna watch Wembley Stadium. You win the championship.
Oh. He's getting beat up by the death. He's getting beat up by fucking the Ops. And then here to save the day, it's Jon Moxley and company to help Will Ospreay defeat MJF and win the championship. And all you idiots to go, see, that's a full circle moment. Before people teamed up against Moxley, now Moxley saving the day. Oh, good Lord, I hate it already. I see it in my head. It's disgusting.
Stokely Hathaway is backstage with FTR, and he says that he just left Tony Khan's office and says that he has a proposition for Orange Cassidy. Next week on Dynamite, Cassidy versus Dax Harwood. If OC wins, he can challenge for the AEW World Tag Team Championships with any partner of his choosing. And if Harwood wins, then FTR can challenge for the trios titles with the man who took Darby Allin to his limit last week, Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa walks in and says that the last time he teamed with FTR, he put Mark Briscoe on the shelf indefinitely. And next time, they'll win the trios titles. Then he takes the popcorn kernel from Stokely's beard and he says, top guy's out, and then eats it and says, that's tasty. With Stokely looking at him like a fucking weirdo.
The weirdo that he is. What is going on? All right. This was what it is. Cool.
Yeah.
Ciampa, getting some run after his match with Darby. Great follow-up. Putting a popcorn kernel from another man's beard in your mouth and eating it. That's what I've always wanted. Good Lord, whatever.
Keep it safe says they turned Moxley into Mr. Miyagi, man. Get me out of here.
What is going on?
Oh, I love
this
it.
company hate me so.
I love it. I love how it makes you feel. This is
I've
great.
done nothing but support these fucking people. 7 years. Jesus.
And then finally, we got the AEW World Championship up for grabs. It is time for us to talk about the main event. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and hit the bell to stay notified. We're here every Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with AEWramble. If you're watching us on demand, comment down below. Let us know what you thought about this episode and review. And of course, hype this video. That helps us out so much as well. But yes, it's time to talk about Darby Allin defending the AEW World Championship against Brody King. Both men start off the matchup and they shake hands before Darby explodes out of the corner with the shotgun dropkick. Great visuals that they had before the match started as well. Darby immediately tries for the coffin splash, but was swatted in midair by King, who hits him with a big chop to the back. Release overhead German suplex, and then he followed up with the corner cannonball, and then he wants the Gonzo bomb, who was fought off, but Darby went to the corner and King right up after him, allowing Allin to avoid it, and then he hits him with the avalanche code red for 2. King then went outside where Darby tries for this tope, and this motherfucker just bounces right off of Brody like he's a ball to a wall. That shit was hilarious. We got Kevin Knight and MJF are watching this matchup from you got Kevin watching it from the crowd, and you got MJF watching it from the backstage area during this matchup. You eventually get Allin, who tries to have a slugfest with Brody, but this doesn't work out well for him either. King then places Allin on a chair and he charges up to him. But Allin chop blocks him, and King goes right into the steel chair. Allin then sat King down on a chair and he hits him with his signature missile dropkick from the top rope to the floor, where he takes a nasty back bump on the outside. Rough landing for both men here. You get Allin, who gets ragdolled for a bit and multiple 2 counts by Brody until he hits a running senton onto Darby's knees. King then placed Darby on the top rope and he decked him with a chop, sending Darby flattening, where he hits the back of his head on the freaking apron. We get a brutal choke slam onto the apron, and then Brody clears off the announce table. He places the front part of the announce table up against the guardrail, and Darby gets on his back trying to give him a sleeper hold and piggybacking him, but King basically uses his body as a shield as he runs right into that half part of the table against the guardrail. We get King then brought Darby over to the announce table. He sends him stomach first into the corner of it. He starts trading chops with one another. Both stood on the table, and Brody gets him into his choke, hanging him across the announce table before Darby's able to fight back and get himself free. He hits him with a code red on the freaking table, and the table doesn't budge, which always looks more brutal than if the table breaks. Allin then went back to the ring, and you see all the bruising on his body. It's all like red on his chest, on his whole back, down his back is red as well. And he goes into the ring. He runs on one leg and hits a tope into Brody, finally knocking him down. Allin then returned Brody inside. He went up top, but was cut off and put into the Tree of Woe, where King hits him with this massive cannonball and then the home run shot lariat, and he gets a near fall. We get Darby getting turned inside out with another running lariat this time, and Darby kicks out at 2.9. King couldn't believe it as Allin continued to fight back. He threw a headbutt, which only angered King even more as he gets basically clipped by a cameraman. You get Darby getting pulled on the outside by Brody, and he exposes the concrete floor. He's holding on to for dear life until King does a full charge against the barricade on Darby, and Darby moves out the way, sending King flying into the barricade and breaking it in the process. Allin then quickly fully exposes the concrete floor on the outside, basically giving himself a landing and to cause more damage to Brody. Then King went up to the apron and Allin slid out and he power bombs Brody on the concrete. Allin then followed up as he quickly goes to the second rope and he hits him with a coffin drop onto the exposed concrete, and you can hear the thud audibly across the screen. King then just basically breaks the count at 9 before getting back into the ring with both men brutalized from the fall that happened here. But Darby quickly capitalizes on Brody getting back into the ring. He hits him with a coffin drop to the back. He goes up top once again, and he hits him with the second coffin drop onto the front. Gets the 1, 2, 3 to retain the AEW World Championship. Great matchup. These two guys beat the ever-living hell out of each other, and it was basically like a visual storytelling where you could see the brutality all over freaking Darby's body, all the bruises that Brody caused with all the chops and everything that he was doing to his body throughout the matchup. So many cool moments in the match, like Darby doing the tope suicida and bouncing off of Brody, the cold red on the table, the cannonball into the barricade, the coffin drop onto the exposed concrete. Just a great matchup, excellent stuff, and another fitting chapter to this reign for Darby Allin so far. Post-match, you get Kevin Knight applauding from the stands as commentary says that he must not look past Hook for the TNT Championship on Collision. Taz says he hope he does. King recovered and showed respect to Darby, giving him the ring after a handshake as Darby stared down with Knight as the AEW World Championship match for next week is now official, as Darby once again adds another great matchup to this reign that is just getting started, but could end at any moment because he is going full throttle like he promised. What did you think about Darby Allin and Brody King in the main event?
I thought this was a great match from the two competitors in the ring. The announce team brought it down because they are fucking heinous. But Darby was great. Brody was great. Darby's always going to go balls to the wall. My favorite spot was the somebody mentioned it in the chat, the Satnam Singh spot, which agreed didn't work quite as well as it did there, but it still worked for me. Yeah, I thought this was fantastic. I like Darby's. How do I put this nicely? I like Darby's title reign. It's not a world title reign, but I am enjoying it nevertheless. I assume it ends pretty soon. Double or Nothing, the next one?
Yeah.
In New York with MJF. One would imagine. Would imagine that's where it ends. But him wrestling a bunch of big artists, it's been fun.
I think, yeah, even like a lot of the doubters to this has really kind of turned him around with the quality of these two matches the last 2 weeks. King Patate, who was one of our loudest distractors, who says, yeah, I'm fully turned around on Darby as champion. Greatest TV wrestler of the modern era. Yeah, we've been saying this for at least, I think it's since that Continental Classic in 2024. We've been on this bandwagon of Darby is one of the greatest TV wrestlers of all time.
Absurdly good. I say the best. I can't think anybody put it ahead of him off GP.
Yeah, because like a lot of others are like just great wrestlers in general, but I think the thing with Darby is he treats every single matchup like there's no tomorrow, like he's never going to wrestle another matchup ever again. And it's so rare where we live in, especially in the modern era. I think that's why it stands out even further, is because in the modern era, a lot of people treat the pay-per-views like that's the most important thing, whereas Darby treats it everything like it's the most important matchup ever, and he's gonna put his body on the line like no one else.
Yeah, and his style is such that if it goes 5 minutes or 10 or 20 or 30, it's always going to be great because it's not. I see you mentioned Danielson. I love Danielson, the greatest wrestler ever in the ring, but a 20-minute Danielson match is going to be better than a 10-minute Danielson match. It just is. With Darby, I don't think that's the case. I think they're both equal. It's just perfect.
Yeah. It's unreal. It's unreal how good Darby Allin is. And man, it was a risk going with this, but I think it's working out for AEW right now.
Oh, I don't know. Set a rating last week.
Well, I had people who, AEW fans who, when I said that was not the good look, they did mention that AEW always goes down when they air live coast to coast because of the start time on the West Coast being 5 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see if that theory is right this week, because it was a regular start time this week, but
Yeah, but the Lakers are on
playoffs is
TV.
on, so yeah, exactly. I was like, the NBA playoffs is on.
Yeah, but they don't think anything should be on TV. That's a great point with Big Man Dogs. I that is probably the perfect encapsulation of it. Was why I love Darby so much. He's Darby. He's not a copy of somebody else, somebody better than him. Somebody else. It's the truth. Like some other people you can mention, like, I don't know, the Young Bucks or Josh Alexander or Jon Moxley or Daniel Garcia, who are shittier versions of wrestlers who we've seen before. Sorry. Ace Austin.
Y'all can never, I swear, you and Big Man Dogs can never just give a compliment to a wrestler. It has to be shitting on someone else.
You don't be watching Matt Jackson going, this would be really good if this was Shawn Michaels.
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Good. If this was Nick Jackson and Shawn Michaels, boy, it'd be cooking, boy.
Holy shit, I swear, y'all just can't compliment somebody. You can't just say, Darby's great. It's great that he has this quality. It has to be, let me also shit on someone else that we saw on this show. All right, we have made it to the end of another edition of AEW Dynamite. Y'all know what time it is. It is time to give our rating on the show. Let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night. Whether you had to show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's show? For me and Jimmy Macaram for the April 29th, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, what you going to give this show, Jimmy?
The Will Ospreay Jon Moxley thing, well, I think it's impossibly stupid. In a vacuum, I can't say it was poorly done. So you know what? I'm going to give this another 8. This is 3 8s in a row. I love the main event. I really like the opener. I really like the back half of the women's tag title match. There's something else I liked. No, actually, never mind. That was it. 8.
I'm also gonna go with an 8 out of 10. This is third straight really good episode of AEW Dynamite. And they had a little midpoint after the Revolution pay-per-view, but they've gotten back into a good swing of things as of late, back into the quality that they had prior to Revolution this year. So good stuff. All right, let us know in the chat what you guys think. We got Greater Than Haro, who says 7.5 out of 10. Mox held it back. We got Power Finisher, who gives it an 8 out of 10. Big Man Dogs goes 8 out of 10. King Potate says 8 out of 10. We got who says 8 out of 10. So it seems like we all are on the same page in that regard. MVP for the show, Jimmy.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Tekla. I enjoyed her the most. Yeah.
I kind of want to go with Jon Moxley just to piss you off, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with the best character on the show, MJF. But no, I'll go with Kevin Knight and MJF, because I thought that he really told a great story that not only was a great match in a vacuum, it did great stuff for both of their characters at the same time. So I'll give it to MJF and Kevin Knight, of course, for getting the big win. LVP for the show.
Oh, Will Ospreay. Poor dumb bastard. Learn how to say no. Learn how to say I'm not losing to Brock Lesnar on fucking free TV. I'm going home.
I'm gonna give it to I'm not gonna give it to Will Ospreay. I thought that was I was actually being genuine that I did enjoy that segment. It wasn't just to troll Jimmy, but I did enjoy that segment. Honestly, the person who disappointed me the most, because I've been defending her against Jimmy, is Hikaru Shida. I didn't think she was that good. I think she was really the reason that held back that first half of that women's matchup. I thought there would have been 3 really good matches on the show if she just wasn't she was not on the same page with anybody else in that matchup in the first half. She got better as the match went along, but she was just off. So I'll give it to her.
What do you think of Cross? I didn't get your opinion on Lena Cross.
I like Lena Cross. I think she plays her very well. I think she's not Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne is probably the most underrated woman on the AEW roster, because I just saw how great she is on her own as on Stardom. But I think that she plays her role well, and talking wise, she's actually better than Megan Bayne.
No, it's not difficult. You just gotta face that moves. Love Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne should be world champion. I'm just saying.
Match of the night. What you going with?
Ooh. WWE creating Rustin vibes is hilarious. That purple hair does feel like, oh, here we go. Trying to have a fucking personality. Good lord. I'll go with the main event. The main event, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I'll go with the main event. Just edging out MJF and Kevin Knight. I thought they were pretty much on the same level, but I just love the storytelling of Darby just getting completely beaten to death and just finding a way to survive every single time. It's just great. And moment of the night.
How you know? I go with Andrade.
Going with Andrade. How you know?
How you know?
But how you know? How you know? How you know? Just the all-time rage baiter. Yes. How you know? Oh man! Well, we got a super chat donation to end us off from our good brother Alan Banky. Thank you so much, Alan. Alan says, "Can somebody tell me why Okada is still in the mid card and not AEW World Champion yet?" There's on this roster that try every single time, not just on pay-per-view.
I was about to say, are we factoring how much he gives a fuck? Perhaps. Maybe that could be a potential reason why. Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe being AEW World Champion requires things he doesn't feel like doing, like giving a fuck. I don't really want to do that. My paycheck gonna be the same? I'm gonna pass it. Forget it.
He's like, I get paid the same, but not trying. He's like, oh, I'm good. So yeah, that's perfect. That works for me. That works for me. Tell me when the pay-per-view is coming. I'll turn it on.
Okada is here on holiday. It's hilarious. Absolutely. This is a fucking 4-year vacation. Stop bugging me.
Why you asking me? Why you asking me to be in the main event for, man? I don't need all that pressure. All that pressure. I did that. I did that for a decade. I'm good.
I had my career already. Leave me alone. I'm here to watch the young guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I would appreciate it. But yes, I love Okada. I think he's one of the greatest Japanese pro wrestlers of all time. And Jimmy's seen a lot of his classic matches with Gold Match Series, so he knows when Okada gives a fuck. He's seen Okada giving a fuck. This is not Okada giving a fuck. He's good. He's getting paid. I'm happy for him. Greatest worker of all time. But yes, that brings us to a close on another edition of AEWramble. Appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. If you haven't already, drop the thumbs up. That helps us out a lot. Hit the hype button if you're watching us on demand, and let us know in the comments down below what you thought about AEW Dynamite this week. Jimmy, any plugs?
Do you think when Swerve found out about Megan Thee Stallion that he busted a nut, seeing how unhappy this black woman was?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Okay.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat, Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we're not live here. You can check out GOAT Match Series Season 1 and Season 2. And hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified here so you can watch the latest episode of GOAT Match Series dropping on Sunday here on the channel, where me and Jimmy Macaron went back in time to 2005 to rewatch Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 21 and where it ranks in our GOAT Match Series ratings and ranking for Season 2. So be on the lookout for that on Sunday. I will be back live with y'all 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast on Saturday. I'll be joined by Miss Chrissy Love and John Escudero of Dirt Sheet Radio, Jimmy's favorite person on the channel.
Lord.
So join us live for that. And of course, we got THH Cuts dropping tomorrow, where me, Top Guy JJ, and True Draw Josh gave our predictions for where we think every single WWE released talent is gonna head next. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow here on the channel. And I'll be live on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment to review Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 7 with Corey Brennan. So join us over there as well. For Jimmy Macaron, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 247, The Jet Upset. We are signing off until next time.
Fuck is this lady talking about?